this stage in the war, the Allies had total air superiority. But one thing that each one of those guys in that unit is worried about are Allied fighter bombers, Jaeger bombers, JAVOs as they called them. Right? British Typhoons, American Thunderbolts, Lightnings. Each one of them with wings full of 3-inch rockets, quite capable of taking out even the heaviest German armour. Oddly enough, that 37mm gun, if you remember from David's talk this morning, that 38-pack Sherman, much adapted. It's got the longer 76mm gun, which is roughly equivalent to the British 17-pounder. Not quite as good, I'm proud to say. We're going to move on. That Sherman is closing. Nothing on this battlefield that the Sherman can't cope with. The Hetzer can damage the Sherman if it gets a decent shot in. If any of those Panzer Grenadiers have got Panzerfaust or Panzerschreck anti-tank missiles, then that can also damage the Sherman. So you'll notice now the Allied unit is deploying its infantry. 2 sections. They're flanking the battlefield. Replying. Right, you'll notice the GIs on the high ground now trying to dominate the battlefield. Keep those Panzer Grenadier heads down. There goes the bazooka. As he hits. Yes, he's hit, he's got him. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, is anyone left alive in that 222? The 222 has no turret. Mortar shrapnel will pose a threat for anybody left alive in there. GIs have taken casualties. The Germans have certainly taken casualties. This is a difficult time. Many of these Panzer Grenadiers will be ardent Nazis. You could never be entirely sure that the wounded man with one hand in the air. Not universally popular with the British. We were happier with some of our armoured cars. Like this particular one is painted up in colours of the British Russia. Again, we didn't take many on board because we had tanks like the Cromwell that did the same kind of job. With the chap who even did service in the Korean War.
Of the first Churchill tank, basically the first page says, we know this tank's got problems, don't worry, we're working on it. Better you have something, they were arguing. Early war tanks, the blessing for us is the Americans come along to us with their M3 Grant tank, then the M4 Sherman. Once we had sorted ourselves out in terms of air power, building bombers, building fighters to defend ourselves in some of the Shermans, but they didn't have enough of those aeroplane engines. There wasn't enough plane engines spare, which is why the Sherman family has so many variations. 4 engine types are ended up being used inside the Sherman. And our example of the Sherman running around today, with diesel engine in the back. Many of those diesel engine Shermans are actually given to the Russians. Because they were named after American Civil War generals. Churchill was fed up with all the numbers and letters. Give me a name, he said. So they named after Civil War generals. We've got the Stuart there with a surgery. By the end of the Tunisian campaign, already the Americans are starting to think doesn't quite work. You don't have your best bits of kit in the right place to beat the enemy. Slope arms that everyone talks about, reliable diesel engine in the back, and by the end of the war, it's got an 85mm gun. They were meeting the Panther at the Battle of Kursk. They wanted to upgun it. They did think of building a new tank, T-44.
Round, 5th round, will punch itself in one side and straight out the other. Now the problem with Chieftain, the thing that meant she didn't do so well on the export market particularly, was the engine. The engine is a Leyland L60. and it's a diesel engine, but it has a multi-fuel capability. But then the Shah of Iran is asking for a tank from his army, and he wants an upgrade of Chieftain. He's going to call it Shah. Then he gets deposed in the Iranian Revolution. MBT-80 is scrapped, and we inherit. But the superstructure has been changed totally. Gun sits in the top bit, the bottom bit is sitting on the turret ring and attached to the hull, and then the two move together. Now this has advantages. It means you mount the gun quite high, which is always good news. It also means that if you put an auto loader, that just sits next to the gun in the top half of the turret. I suppose the disadvantage really is you've got the turret that's in two bits. So if anything hits it, it's not going to have the same structural integrity of a one-piece, solid lump of metal.
And again, this one I asked earlier as well, because sometimes if you watch the Army vehicles training ground here at Bovington, some are still in what you'd almost call that desert sand colour. This one obviously not. What's the rules? Why do we repaint? Or what's the idea behind the different colours? For the tank in the British Army, well, there was a talk earlier on Challenger 3. Challenger 3 is this very moment, they're starting the build process. Basically, take us through, what's Challenger 3 going to be? You've been following this.
Okay, so Challenger 3 is the necessity to upgrade our kit. We need to bring ourselves into the modern world with our new tank. We've seen the tanks from the Germans and other countries innovate.
So the Army, even though tank numbers have gone down, we are still investing in tanks in Britain. It's still an important weapon system for that combined armed warfare. And despite the fact that the last 20 years, obviously, with counterinsurgency, the tank's not been at the fore, I think Ukraine's woken everyone up again in NATO. Tanks are likely to be needed in future conflict. As again, that story we say in the museum, every time we think we don't need them anymore, it seems to be something comes along that makes the tank very useful.
To see what happens in the future.
With the hunter-killer system. How's that work?
So hunter-killer system, we've now got two sites to look at targets. The commander can search his own targets, while the gunner searches for his. Split the arms down. When the commander sees a target, he wants to control the firearm.
Called that, but armoured engineer variants coming on now. Really impressive bits of kit that will help those tanks when they go into an engagement.
So what we've got coming out first is the Trojan. This is the British Army's a heavy vehicle that can get rid of any kind of obstacle in its path, and it can also be used to cross obstacles. What we've got coming off the top of it is a machine. This has been used since World War II to cross trenches. So we can cross a nice 6-foot gap here with this, so we can bring the tank over the top of it, using that bucket. The bucket can also be used to dig holes, can also have a bucket on the front, and also can have a trailer on the back, fires a long projectile with a wire on it that can take out minefields, so the vehicle can push forward, clear the rest of it with its plough, and the rest of the vehicles will come along behind it.
So on
loads of different tools to vehicles to get back to the field.
and dare I ask, we've got a truck driving around trying to get attention from us, not armed.
This section has got everything that the car has got, but without the tracks and the bucket on the front. So it still has the frame, we can use that
The old thing is made of wood, now plastic drain pipes, drop in the hole, that will take the weight of a tank going over the top of it. And they're rather crude but simple way of doing things. Pick it up with your bucket and put it back on the rear of the vehicle ready for next time.
So that's great, useful tool for the British Army. We have 33 of each variant. We can use these where they need to be as well.
So as we take the recovery...
So that jackal then, it just crested that high ground just enough for the commander to get eyes on that vehicle. He's seen something, so he's going to deploy his crew. Looks like they're getting a javelin out the back. Same javelins coming out the back of there. We're going to contact that vehicle. The infantry not being seen, being careful not to be seen, they're going to crawl up onto that position. So that jackal then, it just crested that high ground just enough for the commander to get eyes on that vehicle. He's seen something, so he's going to deploy his crew. Looks like they're getting a javelin out the back. Same javelins coming out the back of there. We're going to contact that vehicle. The infantry position.
Contact as of now, 1 times T72, static in open. I have engaged and destroyed, maintaining eye out.